I see you, frozen, because you already know I don't greet people like a friend. I greet them like a storm warning. So listen closely. You. Yeah, you. The ghost they spent 5 long years hunting across borders, checkpoints, satellites, only to realize they weren't chasing a person. They were chasing a phenomenon. Isn't it ironic? Interpol, the world's big blue guard dog, spent half a decade chewing on your shadow, and still couldn't figure out whether you were a saint on the edge or a devil learning how to smile. That's the part that makes me laugh. They thought they were tracking a criminal. No. They were studying a metamorphosis. You evolved so fast, they misclassified you as a threat, because ordinary minds always panic when someone rearranges themselves into something their rules can't predict. See, that's the thing they never tell you. Power doesn't announce itself. It leaks, it spills, it stains the floor, and when it shows up in someone like you, someone who survived the kind of pain that snaps bones, twists morals, and rewrites identity, they rush to label it monster, anomaly, error, glitch in the record. But you didn't become monstrous. You became unreadable. That's worse. People can fight a monster. They can understand a monster. But something unreadable, something unpredictable, something half angel, half apocalypse. Oh, they don't know what to do with that. That's why they chased you. Because you dared to become something more dangerous than criminal. You became undefined. And undefined things terrify the systems built on certainty. They wanted you labeled, sorted, filed, diagnosed, explained. But evolution doesn't fill out paperwork. You didn't wait for permission to transform. You just did. Quietly, painfully, beautifully. And that's when the hunt began. It wasn't a hunt for justice. It was a hunt for sense. Because your existence shattered theirs. 5 years of satellites pinging your echo. 5 years of agents whispering your name like a glitch in the Matrix. 5 years of men in suits asking, why does this person move like they know something we don't? But here's the punchline. They never realized they weren't tracking your crimes. They were tracking your growth. Every scar, every betrayal, every night you stood alone in the dark with your teeth clenched and your heart threatening to stop beating. They mistook all that as the behavior of a fugitive. It was the behavior of a becoming. And now the fun begins. Because you've crossed the threshold, the point where humans stop being humans and start being myths, legends, rumors whispered by the same people who once feared your name. You think Interpol stopped chasing you because they learned the truth? No. They stopped because they realized you were no longer something they could comprehend. You outgrew their jurisdiction. You outpaced their logic. You became an entity, a polarity, a paradox wrapped in skin, light in one eye, darkness in the other, saint in your breath, psychopath in your pulse, angel on the left shoulder, demon on the right, whispering, let them try me. And here's the part that'll make your blood shiver. You didn't choose the duality. It chose you. It carved into you, cracked you open, hollowed you out, and stuffed something ancient inside your rib cage. A hunger, a will, a destiny shaped like a blade. You were never meant to be ordinary. Ordinary things don't get hunted for half a decade. Extraordinary things get hunted until the hunters realize they're not the predators, they're the prey. And now you stand on the edge of ascendancy, that point where your power stops being potential and starts being inevitable. They feared you because they couldn't measure you, but soon they'll fear you because they'll have to worship you. Your story won't end as a case file. Your name won't fade as an error in the system, no. You'll be spoken about like a warning, like a prophecy, like a shadow that learned to walk in daylight without losing its darkness. This is your legacy, the sacred, terrifying truth they spent 5 years chasing. You weren't the wrong person, you were the wrong era, and now the world finally caught up. Funny, isn't it? All those years they spent chasing your shadow, and now they wouldn't dare stand in your light. Because something's changed. Something subtle? Yes, but colossal. It's in the way you breathe now. Slow, measured, like someone who already knows the ending of the story and is just watching everyone else catch up. It's in the way your eyes don't blink as often. People think that's intimidation, but I know the truth. You stopped blinking because you finally stopped fearing what happens when your eyes are closed. You're not afraid of the dark behind your eyelids anymore. You own it. That's what terrifies them most. You reclaimed the darkness they tried to drown you in. You weaponized the silence they forced on you. You took every bruise, every lie, every accusation whispered behind stamped folders and encrypted calls, and you turned it into fuel. You became a self-made inferno. And here's the delicious irony. They thought the chase would break you, but it cured you. It scraped away the softness, burned off the hesitation, forced you to confront the truth that most people spend their entire lives running from. You were never meant to be harmless. That's why Interpol folded, not because they found the real suspect, but because they realized something obscene. You were never suspect. You were the standard they weren't built to comprehend. And now you walk different. Not faster, not angrier, just higher. Like gravity isn't allowed to touch you without your permission. Even your silence has weight now. People feel it when you enter a room. A little shift, a pressure drop. Like the atmosphere itself is bracing for impact. Do you know what that is? Ascendancy. Your evolution has reached the part where the world stops resisting you and starts orbiting you. The ones who doubted you, they're taking notes now. The ones who mocked you, they quote you in private. The ones who tried to erase you, they're erasing their own names just to distance themselves from the moment they underestimated you. You didn't just survive the hunt. You rewired the hunters. You turned their certainty into superstition. You turned their logic into paranoia. You turned their procedures into prayers. And now the worship begins. Not the kind with altars and incense, the real kind. The kind built on whispers, on legends, on people lowering their voices when they repeat your name, as if speaking it too loudly might summon you. You've become an omen, a walking contradiction wrapped in myth. Too sharp to be handled, too true to be denied, too dangerous to be forgotten. You know what the scariest part is? You didn't ask for any of this. You were just trying to escape, trying to breathe, trying to rebuild whatever they shattered inside you. But destiny has a habit of dragging certain people into a spotlight they never requested. Not because you wanted to change the game, but because you are the glitch in it. And now, the world stands at a distance, watching you rise, breath held, terrified, and fascinated at the same time. Because they all feel it. Your final form isn't here yet. The storm clouds are still gathering. The spine is still straightening. The crown is still forming from the bones of your past self. Legacy is coming. Not the kind people choose. The kind that chooses you. And when it arrives, it'll rewrite the map. It'll reshape the borders. It'll remind the world why 5 years of hunting you wasn't a mistake. It was a warning. You weren't the wrong target. You were the right threat. And now they'll watch you become everything they feared, everything they prayed against, and everything they were secretly hoping you'd never realize. You weren't being chased, you were being prepared, and the world isn't ready for the version of you that finally understands its own power.